There is a hidden secret, kept for almost a century by spiritual masters in silent temples of the Himalayas, a secret so powerful it was concealed, for it could forever transform the way human beings manifest reality. It all began in 1927, when a select group of sages discovered an ancient manuscript written in a nearly forgotten language. This manuscript revealed something that contradicted everything you've ever heard about prayer, faith, and manifestation. The truth is this: the universe does not respond to requests. It responds to commands. While most people beg, plead, or implore, waiting for something external, the masters silently decree. They command with authority, and the universe, like an obedient mirror, rearranges everything around them to fulfill that command. Napoleon Hill spoke of this, but there's a crucial detail here. It is not enough to conceive, it is not enough to desire. You must command with faith. You must decree with emotional truth. The Bible says, "You will decide on a matter, and it will be established for you, and light will shine on your ways." Job 22:28. Notice it does not say, "You will ask," but rather, "You will decide." This is the principle of conscious creation. The vibrational decision comes before the physical manifestation, right here, right now. As you hear my words, something within you already knows this. You feel there is a greater power waiting to be activated. That power lies in the words you choose to speak, especially in the silent moments of your soul. Get ready. In the next few minutes, you will access knowledge that can change destinies. You will learn the true power of decrees and discover that there are 7 sacred words which, when used correctly, reprogram your mind, your energy, and your life. But before we continue, write in the comments, "I don't ask, I decree." This simple act activates a new programming, showing the universe that you are ready to live as a conscious creator. In 1927, in a remote region of the Himalayas, where the silence is so deep you can hear your own thoughts, a group of spiritual masters made a discovery that challenged all Western religious traditions. In a hidden chamber of an ancient monastery, they found a 1,000-year-old manuscript wrapped in cloth and forgotten symbols. What was written there was not a prayer or a plea. It was a command, a language of spiritual authority that few dared to use. The text read, "The universe is a field that responds to the vibration of certainty. It does not hear requests, it fulfills decrees." This discovery was kept secret. The masters knew the world was not ready to understand the difference between asking in lack and decreeing in faith. They called this wisdom the code of instant manifestation. Within this code were 7 words of power, 7 spiritual keys capable of shaping reality. The masters understood that human words are not mere sounds, but vibration. They are energy molded by consciousness, and when spoken with conviction, words pierce through the veil of the unseen and reorganize the fabric of existence. Years later, Napoleon Hill would write something that echoed this truth. The subconscious accepts any order given with emotion and conviction. He never knew of the Himalayan discovery, yet he arrived at the same conclusion. The mind is a channel between the visible and the invisible, and words are the bridge that unites both worlds. In the Bible, in Genesis, it is written, "And God said, 'Let there be light,' and there was light." God did not ask for light. He decreed it, and light appeared. This is the essence of creation. Words spoken with authority generate reality, yet most people continue to ask, asking for health, love, money. And without realizing it, they reinforce the idea that they do not have, are not, or cannot. The universe, obediently, responds according to this vibration of lack. Now pause and reflect. Have you been asking or decreeing? Have you vibrated as a child of the Creator or as someone standing at the margins of abundance? The difference between masters and those who live in scarcity lies right here, in the way words are spoken and the vibration behind them. You will learn how this language works, the exact words that reprogram the universe, and the most powerful moment to use them. There is a profound difference between asking and decreeing, a difference that can be felt in the heart, perceived in the mind, and measured in life's results. When someone asks at the core, they are telling the universe, I don't have, I am not. I need something outside of me to fix my life. But when someone decrees, they declare with faith, I am, it is done, so it is. Asking is the language of doubt. Decreeing is the language of certainty. Napoleon Hill wrote, faith is a state of mind which may be induced by autosuggestion, and the subconscious acts upon that which it feels to be true. And what is a decree, if not an autosuggestion charged with authority, a command that emerges from consciousness with clarity, leaving no room for hesitation? Jesus said, whatever you ask in prayer, believing that you have received it, it will be yours. The secret is not in the act of asking, but in the conviction that it is already received. That is decreeing, and this is where most people fail. They ask for something, but carry doubt in their hearts. They speak beautiful words, but inside they vibrate with fear, scarcity, and insecurity. The universe, which responds to vibration and not empty words, reflects the dominant frequency, lack. Decreeing, on the other hand, is an act of active faith. It's not arrogance, it's divine connection. It's the awareness that, being made in the image of the Creator, your word holds creative power. Asking is waiting. Decreeing is choosing. Asking looks outward. Decreeing taps into the power already within you. Now pause and reflect. How many times have you prayed as a beggar and not as a declarer? How many times have your words carried fear instead of certainty? From this day forward, that awareness will be transformed. You will no longer ask as someone in need. You will decree as a child of God, fully aware of your inner power. And when that happens, something extraordinary begins to move around you. The quantum field, the subconscious, the universe itself, everything responds to those who speak with spiritual authority. In the manuscripts discovered in 1927, the masters identified 7 sacred words, 7 vibrational codes that, when spoken in sequence and with faith, have the power to reorganize the quantum field around the one who uses them. These words were not chosen by chance. They were recognized across ancient spiritual traditions, from Egypt to India, from Kabbalah to the teachings of Christ. They are, I am, I decree, now, it is done, it is finished, so it is, I manifest. Each of these words carries spiritual weight, a frequency, a key. I am is the recognition of divine identity. It was with these words that Moses heard the name of God, I am that I am. When you say, I am prosperous, I am healthy, I am guided, you activate the divine presence within you. I decree is the command, the moment you take vibrational authority over your reality. There is no room for doubt. It is a spiritual decision in motion. Now is the present moment. The universe does not understand someday, maybe, who knows. It operates in the now. Creation's time is the time of present awareness. It is done, seals the command, closing the cycle of desire. You don't wait, you feel it already accomplished. It is finished is surrender in faith, the very words spoken by Jesus on the cross, declaring that the mission was complete. It is the end of anxiety, the peace of certainty. So it is agreement with the higher reality. The confirmation that what has been declared aligns with divine order. I manifest is the materialization, the visible activation. Vibration becomes form. The unseen becomes tangible. Napoleon Hill said that desire mixed with faith becomes a creative force. And these words, when spoken with intention, are exactly that, desire shaped by faith. Now think, when was the last time you used your voice as an instrument of creation, not just as an echo of fear? These 7 words are not meant to be rushed through or repeated as empty ritual. They are seeds, and each one, when planted with faith, transforms the invisible field around you. The mind is the temple, and the word is the altar. When you decree with true intention, not only is the spiritual field activated, the brain itself enters a state of elevated creation. Recent neuroscience has revealed something fascinating. When someone makes a decree with emotion, clarity, and conviction, a specific region of the brain is activated, the neural power center. This area is linked to motivation, focus, and identity perception. In other words, when you say, "I am prosperous," with real feeling, the brain accepts it as emotional truth and begins reorganizing behaviors, choices, and perceptions to align with this new identity. Napoleon Hill foresaw this decades before science confirmed it. He wrote, "The repetition of positive affirmations with faith creates a new belief in the subconscious, and the subconscious begins to act according to that belief." This is not mysticism, it is spiritual physiology. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined with emotion. When you decree, neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin are released. These substances are directly tied to well-being, motivation, and faith in the future. In other words, you begin to feel like someone who has already won, even before the visible victory appears. And it is that inner state that draws the outer success. The Bible says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Proverbs 23:7. In biblical language, the heart is not the physical organ, but the center of conviction. The brain responds to that conviction like an architect responding to a blueprint. When you say, "I decree that my life is expanding, it is done, so it is," the brain begins to seek out paths, ideas, behaviors, and connections that confirm that order. But when you say, "I don't know if it will work, maybe one day," it closes doors, because doubt paralyzes creation. Now pause and reflect. What has your brain been hearing from your mouth? What commands have you been giving every single day without realizing it? The mind is a faithful servant. It does not question, it obeys, and it all begins with a decree. In the next chapter, we will explore the essential inner state required for the decree to work at full power, the state of realization. To feel is to create. For a moment, imagine everything you desire has already happened. Feel the peace. See the details. Notice how your body responds. This is the state of realization. And it is the invisible key that turns words into reality. To decree is not just to speak, it is to vibrate. To immerse yourself emotionally in the certainty that what has been spoken is already done. Napoleon Hill once said, "Emotion is the fuel of faith." And faith is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. Without emotion, a decree is just sound. With emotion, a decree is like a code that reprograms the subconscious, giving orders to the universe to respond. The Bible confirms this when Jesus teaches, "Whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Notice, it does not say simply to believe you will receive, but to believe you already have. This is the secret of realization. You close your eyes and say, "I am abundant, I manifest now." And so it is done. As you speak it, feel as if you are already living that reality. The body responds, the vibration rises, and the subconscious records, "This is truth." Most people live the opposite way. They say they want prosperity, but feel scarcity. They speak of health, but vibrate fear. They desire love, but carry rejection. And the universe, obedient, responds to the dominant emotion. That's why decreeing with a tense body, a cold heart without presence, has no effect. But decreeing with surrender, emotion, and presence, that creates. The practice is simple, yet powerful. Before decreeing, breathe deeply. Close your eyes. Visualize what you desire as if it is already real. Feel gratitude as though it is happening now. Only then speak. Feel, speak, believe. This is the cycle of manifestation. Napoleon Hill affirmed that when a burning desire is mixed with faith, it becomes an irresistible force, and the state of realization is exactly that. Faith blended with desire, transformed into a command. In the next chapter, you will discover the exact moments when a decree carries the most power, the portals of the day when the universe is most receptive. Not all moments of the day are equal. There are windows of time, portals when the subconscious mind is more open and the field around you more sensitive to your words. The Himalayan masters discovered that there are 3 sacred moments when decrees become most powerful: at sunrise, at sunset, and in the 33 minutes before sleep. These are transitions between states of consciousness, when the conscious mind begins to quiet and the subconscious takes the lead. Napoleon Hill called these vibrational bridges, moments when what is repeated sinks deeper into the subconscious. At sunrise, the world is still quiet, the air charged with potential. Decreeing at this time sets your mind and vibration for the day ahead, planting direction. At sunset, there is an energy of closure and harvest. It is the ideal time to decree gratitude, closure of cycles, and inner rebirth. You seal what has been built. And in the 33 minutes before sleep, something profound happens. Your brain begins to slow down, shifting from beta waves into alpha and theta, the same frequencies used in subconscious programming. Everything thought, spoken, or felt in this period penetrates as truth. That's why falling asleep worried creates more problems, while falling asleep with decrees creates miracles. The psalmist wrote, "In peace I lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." This is a decree of trust, surrender, and faith. Napoleon Hill reinforced this. The last thought before sleep becomes the subconscious instruction throughout the night. Now reflect. With what emotion have you been falling asleep? What have you been saying in those last minutes of your day? That is the moment when the decree must be made, with calm, emotion, and truth, 33 minutes before sleep. This is the portal. In the coming chapters, you will learn how to speak, what to speak, and the 7 sacred rules that make a decree precise and effective. Decreeing is more than speaking. It is a spiritual art. And like all sacred arts, there are principles that govern it. The ancient masters identified 7 rules that make a decree effective, precise, and powerful. These rules are not optional. They are the pillars of conscious manifestation. Rule 1. Speak in the present. The universe responds to the vibration of now. Do not say, "I will be rich." Say, "I am prosperous now." Use the present tense as if it is already happening. Rule 2. Avoid doubtful words. Phrases like maybe, hopefully, or I don't expect are vibrational poisons. Use words of certainty like I manifest, it is done, so it is. Rule 3. Be brief and direct. The subconscious responds best to clear commands. Avoid long and confusing phrases. Declare with simplicity and power like, I am healthy, money finds me, my life is expanding. Rule 4. Use a commanding voice. Do not speak as a beggar, speak as a declarer. Your voice must carry conviction. Even in silence, your intention must be firm. Rule 5. Visualize clearly. As you speak, see yourself living what you decree. Create vivid and detailed images filled with emotion, because the subconscious thinks in images. Rule 6. Feel gratitude and certainty. Emotion seals the decree. Gratitude is vibrational proof that you believe. Feel as if you have already received. Rule 7. Keep your decree private. Do not share it with everyone. The energy of a decree needs silence to germinate. Speaking too much dissipates the power. Creation loves silence. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Great achievers keep their plans secret until they manifest." With decrees, it is the same. Speak with the universe, not with the world. These 7 rules form the core of the true decree. When followed, they transform simple words into powerful spiritual commands. When ignored, they render the decree ineffective. Now, reflect. Have you respected these rules in the way you speak, think, and declare? Or have you wasted energy on empty phrases, filled with doubt and haste? In the next moments, we will unite all of this into a single process, the complete ritual, the practice used by the masters to decree with power, precision, and results. Imagine a sacred moment of your day where time slows down, the world around you grows silent, and you come into direct contact with your creative power. This is the ritual of the masters, a simple yet profoundly transformative process that combines intention, emotion, words, and the right timing. It can be done in just 3 minutes, but its effects reverberate for hours, days, until they manifest as reality. Here is the step-by-step process. Step 1. Choose the right moment. The ideal time is in the 33 minutes before sleep or right at sunrise, because that is when the subconscious is most receptive. Turn off cell phones, dim the lights, and create an environment of silence and presence. Step 2. Enter the state of realization. Before speaking any word, feel. Close your eyes, breathe deeply. Visualize what it will be like to live what you desire. See the details, feel the emotion, give thanks in advance. This is the state of creation. Step 3. Use the exact sequence of sacred words. Now with conviction, pronounce the sacred sequence, I am, I decree, now it is done, it is finished, so it is, I manifest. Example, I am prosperous, I decree financial abundance, now it is done, it is finished, so it is. I manifest this new reality. Repeat this flow for 3 minutes, with presence, without hurry. You can use different affirmations within this structure. Step 4. Feel deep gratitude. At the end, enter a state of gratitude. Say mentally, I'm grateful for everything that is already manifesting. I trust in divine timing. Gratitude is the energetic seal that confirms faith. It is the inner proof that you have already received. Step 5. Sleep or continue your day in peace. Do not think about the matter anymore. Avoid anxiety. Avoid telling others. You have already planted the seed. Now the universe works. Napoleon Hill said, the subconscious mind works continuously, whether you are awake or asleep. And this is exactly what this ritual activates, the invisible work of creation. This is the code of the masters. It does not require physical effort. It does not require excessive time. But it does require emotional truth, consistency, and inner silence. Now that you know the ritual, you are ready to receive the most powerful decree in the world, revealed by the manuscripts, the formula for manifestation in up to 7 days. For centuries, spiritual masters guarded a secret, a verbal code that, when used with pure intention and true faith, could rapidly alter the field of reality. This code was named by them as the Decree of Instant Manifestation. It combines all 7 words of power in a specific order with such a high vibration that it creates a magnetic resonance between what is spoken and what begins to manifest. Here is the revealed decree. I am the living manifestation of divine abundance. I decree now the complete fulfillment of my purpose. It is done, it is finished, so it is. I manifest with faith what is already mine by right. This phrase is not an amulet. It is a portal, When spoken with real emotion, it activates what neuroscience calls the internal congruent circuit, the point at which mind, body, and spirit vibrate in unison. And this generates action, intuition, opportunities, and extraordinary results. But the masters warned, this decree must not be done in haste or doubt. It should be performed once a day, for 7 consecutive days, always at the same sacred time, preferably before sleep or at sunrise. Each time it is spoken, pause for a minute beforehand. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Visualize your life transformed. Feel gratitude, and only then pronounce it with clarity and strength. Napoleon Hill taught that all achievement begins with a definite state of mind, and this decree defines the state of mind with precision, faith, and power. It is as if you were saying to the universe, I am ready, I command, and I know it will be. And the universe, as always, responds with accuracy. But here lies the most delicate point, the last chapter, the final warning. Why does such great power demand even greater responsibility? Every power comes with a test, and the power of the decree is no different. The universe does not respond only to what you say, but also to the intention behind your words. That is why the masters left a clear warning. Do not play with the commands of the Spirit. Every decree made with truth moves invisible forces that cannot be stopped afterward. To decree is to create, and creation requires responsibility. By pronouncing a decree with faith, you activate not only the subconscious but also subtle fields of energy. You move currents, you summon responses. That is why the first warning is, use the decree only for purposes aligned with the truth of the soul. Do not try to manipulate. Do not decree driven by vanity, envy, or despair. Decree with purity, surrender, and love. The second warning, maintain silence. Do not share your decrees with others. Do not seek approval. Do not explain. Do not justify. The secret needs seclusion to gain strength. Whenever you speak too much about something sacred, you dissipate its energy. Napoleon Hill called this the dissipation of creative energy. He said, keep your purpose firm and protected until it blooms. The Bible also teaches, when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Matthew 6:6. In other words, spiritual creation happens in silence, in the invisible, in the intimate. The third warning, do not expect immediate results. Wait with faith. The decree begins in the invisible, but the universe works with precision. The timing of manifestation will always be the perfect time. You plant today, but the harvest comes according to the frequency of your faith, the consistency of your practice, and the alignment of your soul. Now pause and reflect. Are you ready to use this power truthfully? Are you willing to decree in silence, trust in the unseen, and wait with wisdom? If your answer is yes, then you are prepared to live a new reality, a reality created by the power of your own word. In the next and final moment of this path, we will conclude with a powerful message, a spiritual anchoring of the central truth behind everything you've heard. The fact that you have come this far already says a lot about your soul. You are not just seeking information, you are seeking transformation. Today, you understood that you no longer need to beg. You do not need to wait for something outside of you to change your life. You hold the power. You hold the word. And more than that, you hold spiritual authority. Napoleon Hill said, the human mind, when allied with faith, is capable of transforming the invisible into reality. And true faith does not ask. It decrees. Jesus did not ask the winds to be still. He said, be still. He did not ask the fig tree to wither. He said, may no one ever eat fruit from you again. And it happened, because the one who knows his power does not ask. he declares. Now you know, the universe does not respond to weak words repeated with doubt. It responds to commands charged with faith. It responds to those who have decided to vibrate as a creator. Now, it is up to you. Every night, before sleeping, enter into silence. Close your eyes, breathe, visualize, and say, I decree. Now, it is done, it is finished, so it is. I manifest. This is the language of the Spirit. This is the sound of creation. This is your new path. If this message touched you, if something awakened within your soul, leave in the comments now as a commitment to the universe. I declare my new time. This seals your decision. It sends a signal. It shows that a new consciousness is active. And if you feel that this message can help others awaken as well, share it, like it, and subscribe to this channel with spiritual intention. Here, you will find not just content, but codes of inner transformation. Remember, you were not created to ask. You were created to rule, and the one who rules his mind rules his destiny. May the light of truth shine upon you. May your word become a fertile seed, and may every decree be the signature of your new world. It is done. It is finished. So it is.